Hello Steelers, and welcome to Element Games over in Stockport, where I'm now playing a game of O Group with Jim, James and James. Too many Jameses and Jims over there from the Plastic Crack Podcast Facebook group. We decided to meet up and we're playing a game of O Group today. I'm going to umpire it for a bit and then I might jump in later on if James is doing particularly bad as a defender of the Germans. Absolutely. We'll see. But we're playing the crossing the Vire scenario from the O Group 1944 supplement. This is Americans attacking over here, you can see, attacking into German-held positions of Saint Fromond and some fortified farms as well. So we're set up at the moment, aren't we chaps? There's not much more to say, I think, at this point. That was straight in pretty much, yeah. Jim has set up. So we've got a couple of combat patrols kicking about in Saint Fromond. We've got some on the edges here in the fields, and also some in the farm as well over here. Whereas you guys, the Americans, you're pushing forward up to your start line, aren't you, straight off? And we've just set up and we are about to start the first turn. So what we'll do is, at the end of each turn, I'll have a catch up and we'll see where we are and we'll have a chat to the guys as well. Alright, so let's see what happens. Okay, so we just reached the end of turn one, and we chaps, what's happened so far? Does anybody want to venture forth and tell us?
I ran into my mind.
Yeah, I fell into all of James's traps.
That's right, yeah. So we got a minefield down here, haven't we? Yeah. Just in front of the buildings, which stopped you moving forward, didn't it, Jim?
Yeah.
And what else happened?
And then a machine gun nest popped up in front of them and opened fire, so they took a bit of shock, but nothing too bad.
Yeah.
As yet, and then put a bit of smoke down.
Yeah.
But yes. Kind of stopped in its tracks.
And over on
it was going better on your side.
Over my flank, the Americans shot up a combat patrol, so it looks fairly open. But I'm expecting there will be plenty of ambushes.
I think there's going to be either ambushes or deployments this turn, isn't there?
Going well.
I was going to say, how confident are you feeling, James?
Confident.
Yeah.
Quite confident I can turn that into Verdun over there. Yeah, we're going well.
It was French attacking at Verdun, not Americans, but yeah, fair enough. And you guys have put down some smoke as well, haven't you, down here? This, I think, might disappear at the end of this turn. I'll just check for you. But yes, so far the Americans have failed to get
anywhere
pretty far forward on their start line, but it is hard to attack. So, well, we'll see what the next turn brings and see where we go from there, eh? Alright, so we are here at the end of turn 3, isn't it? And how's it going, lads?
Shell shock.
What's happened over here?
It's just a big firefight for the field between the MMG and the infantry.
And the village itself, isn't it? You've not even got...
Nope,
it looked like
not
it was
got
going
out
to be,
of the field.
It looked like it was going to be an open goal for you, wasn't it, straight away? But you got that MMG firing on you. But however, you have suppressed it.
Yeah. Although now he's moved up some
more
infantry as well
into the way at the front there, hasn't he? So, how do you think it's going over here, James? On your?
I can't really hear anything. My ears are still ringing from MG42 fire. But I'm confident. I'm still confident.
You're still confident, aren't you? Yeah.
There's a lot of markers on the American side of the board.
Just
need to finish them off now.
It is.
As soon as the American advance has stalled, I might as well take the fight to them.
It has, and over here then on this flank, on the Germans' left flank, or the Americans'
it's a bit
right.
bloody. But it did use up the Germans' artillery mission, so it's possibly bloody, but maybe we'll play into our advantage longer term.
Yeah, you got stonked here, didn't you? And then the Germans have moved forward and...
Yeah, there was some very unlucky movement. If they'd moved like 1 inch further, then it wouldn't have been quite as bad.
Well, if and could have, should have, would, it's all the same, isn't it? It's all the same. So yeah, that's where we're at the moment. You've still got we've got 18 turns in this game, haven't we? So we've still got another 15 turns. The Americans haven't released their reserves yet.
It's going so well.
But at this point, you've only actually lost one section, I think, the Americans.
Yeah.
So you're doing okay. So all right, we'll see what happens with the next turn. All right. So this is the end of turn 4. And how far forward have we got, lads? Americans?
Slow and steady. we got rid of a machine gun.
Yeah, you did. You certainly did, didn't you?
That's about all I've done.
Yeah, you've not really got out of this field, have you, Jim?
No.
You're kind of stuck. Whereas over here, James, what have you done?
We've got a bit of progress, haven't we? So the suppressed platoon have put a little bit of damage back.
Yeah, you've traded 1 for 1, aren't you? Pretty much there at that point.
The guys in the woods have moved forward, which is good. And then the combat patrol which got took out over here did reveal an ambush.
Yeah, that's true.
So at least you know there's some Germans over there.
You forced his hand, haven't you? The Germans? How's it gone for you?
Well, let's dispense with the wishful thinking from the American side. We're doing all right. I think we're keeping them at bay.
You are. You put more things down in the actual built-up area of Saint Fromond, haven't you, over here?
Yeah, there's reinforcements coming in, but there are a couple of shot markers on, so I've just got to play it
a bit more cautiously. But this is the big thing over here, isn't it? Capturing this village. If they can get the village, then it's game over. But at this point, I think.
The whistle of artillery.
Yes. Yeah, you might get cleared out this turn, but we'll see. All right, on to turn 5 then. All right, so that's the end of the next turn. Right, where are we at then, chaps? Go on. Who's going to tell me?
Oh, you can do it. You did the damage.
Go on, Germans.
Well, we had a close combat in the wheat field over here.
We certainly did, didn't we?
Which my troops managed to take out. Did I take out the 2? I did take out the 2.
You did. You absolutely wiped them out. Caused the first foobar on the Americans. So that was.
Then I got counter-charged and had to retreat.
That's right. Yeah. So you've been sent back, haven't you?
Just won't go away in that field.
No, it's getting very bloody, and there's a lot of bodies down there.
That guy's outstanding in his field.
It's going to be good for fertiliser, but it's not really getting you any further forward, is it, the Americans?
And on the other flank, we're just holding firm. And
you kind of bolstered a bit, haven't you, here? Because you deployed a couple of units and you brought that ambush unit down here as well.
Yep.
You've only got, I think, 2 platoons left to bring on, haven't you?
Yeah, 1 platoon for company and then reserves.
So you've pretty much committed everything to the table at this point, whereas the Americans, you still have another full company to bring on and another platoon as well.
Oh, and combat engineers.
Yeah, and combat engineers. So it could tip in the Americans' balance. How about over here? What's happened over here? Tell us this, James.
So the company from the platoon from the company have moved up to consolidate the wheat field, which was a consolidation point.
Yeah.
These guys got shot a lot, but they love it.
They're not bothered, are they? They can take it.
And then a few combat patrols have come on to hopefully give us some options.
Yeah. Okay, so again, I think it's in the balance, I think. I know the Germans are holding it, but there are a lot of troops in that box.
Yes. Sort of made the Germans play their hands a little bit. They've not got a lot they can react with.
I think so, and I think you're keeping the pressure up, and that's kind of what you need at this point. Even if you're not reducing them, you are suppressing them. All right, well, let's see what the next turn brings. All right, so here we are at the end of turn 6. I believe it is. Kind of lost count, haven't we? Yeah, it's end of turn 6. At least somebody's counted. What's happened here then? So where we are?
Kind of counter-attacking again.
Yeah, you're not really making much.
No, still in the field.
Headway, are you?
But we have forced the first foobar for the Germans. So.
You have, but you've also got 2 foobars for the Americans
as well.
We don't talk about ours. But I think it feels a little bit, I don't know about you guys, but it feels a little bit like the balance is tipping ever so slightly.
Feeling the American numbers now.
Yeah, you're starting to get a bit.
It's slow, but the numbers are starting to pile up a little bit.
Yeah. So no, that's true. I mean, so there was heavy fighting here, wasn't there, Jim? In this field. You pushed the Germans at least back to that hedge line, haven't you?
Pushed them back to the hedge line, kind of swung round to get a better firing line.
That's right. You're laying fire down at the moment on the Germans in this field over here, where your consolidation point was, which is over here, and you have suppressed both of those German units there. Haven't you? Same with you, James.
Yeah.
You tried to charge here, didn't you? But
not quite. Just
got to the edge of the field, but you weren't able to react to that, were you, James?
No.
It is.
Not as cocky now.
Yeah, he's looking a little peaky at the moment.
It's a little bit more in the balance. Yeah,
It is a bit.
It's still very bloody in fighting for the town.
It is, yeah. I mean, the farmer's going to be fertilising the fields, isn't he, with those bones for a long time, I think. And I still think it's anything to play for.
Yep.
The Americans have lost
yeah.
8 sections in total, so they've got 2 fubars, so they need to lose another 4 to lose the game. Whereas the Germans have lost 4 sections, so they're on 1 fubar.
The town is firmly in my hands for now.
It is, but if they inflict enough fubars on you, that's still a game over.
Try not to think.
Yeah, that could go either way. Right, so we'll check in after the next turn and see where we're at, see if there's been any other major swings. Right, guys, where are we at? Who wants to tell us something? The Americans are smiling over there.
It's gone better. It's definitely gone better for the Americans.
Whereas the Germans are not smiling. Why is that?
We don't want to jinx it.
The town was strafed by
We had a
plane.
That's it. We had a Yabo attack, didn't we, from the Americans?
And that got rid of about 4 of my sections.
It did. Thunderbolt attack came in, rocketed them to death, and caused almost your second fubar.
Second company in the farmhouse have been still being attacked, but the third company, i.e. 1 platoon, has come up to reinforce them.
Yeah.
So I'm running thin, but I'm holding on.
You're literally throwing boys into a men's battle line at this point.
Skin of the teeth.
Yeah. And over here, lads, Americans. How are you doing?
The numbers are starting to tell a little bit.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I thought actually last turn was going to be a big turning point, but you were unable to get rid of these ones here and the ones in the field, weren't you? Despite firing and attacking.
Stubborn.
They are incredibly stubborn. I think that would have been a turning point last turn if you'd have done it. But you are.
The second fubar, wouldn't it?
Yeah. But both of you burnt out your HQ orders. The Germans don't even have any because they've used them all up. The Americans have got 1. So you're burning through them.
Feels like this is probably the tipping point.
I think it is, yeah. And we're actually only on turn 8, so we're only halfway through the game, to be honest. Well, not even, because it's 18 turns. But I think this is going to go. I don't think we're going to reach 18 turns. But
we've been much more aggressive than than expected, possibly.
Yeah. Well, interestingly, I mean, you've not really got out of that field, have you, Jim? At all. And you're quite happy in that field.
Yeah, there's a lot of brass in that
field. But James, up here, your high water mark is certainly up at this farm, isn't it?
Yeah, so the third company should now hopefully start materialising.
Yes.
Which I think will start to tell a bit, because having some fresh sections will definitely.
That's right. Yeah, you've consolidated as well, haven't you, in the field here? So you've got the 2 platoon, 2 combat patrols, which could easily develop things on this flank, I think.
Still got troops. I can still do some damage.
Yeah.
4 more.
You are dragging men off the flak companies at this point and giving them rifles and sending them to the front. But yes, you are. So let's just have a quick look at casualties. Americans are still on 8 sections lost, whereas the Germans are on 7. So you are pretty equal at this point, casualty-wise. I think this turn it might tell a little bit more as to what happens. All right, we'll see what happens at the end of that turn.
I blame division for my reinforcement.
All right, back to the action. Turn 9, coming on to turn 10. 8 more turns. How are we doing, gents?
It's a knife edge.
It's what a knife edge, James. It really is, isn't it, at this point? The action has gone from over here, fighting around Saint Fromond, to this farm, where you have deployed your third reserve company, haven't you, in the fields, and you've also deployed your
fully
third.
in now.
Yeah, that's it. This is the last German roll of the dice, I think, at this point.
Still in, but there's. They're wavering now, to say the least.
I don't know if you can see, but there's a lot of suppressed units across this German front, and you only need to lose one more section, and it's game over for the Germans. The Americans, you need to lose 2, 4, 6, 8. You're on 9, so 3 more sections for the Americans. So, from what was an incredible, looked like it was a German victory start at the start, it's really turned, hasn't it?
American numbers have started to definitely pile up.
Yeah, they are, aren't they?
And this flank, despite being quite inactive, is now the key.
It is. This has turned into the key part of the battlefield for sure. It's moved away from the fighting down there, and I think most of your energy is going up here as well, isn't it? And your orders. All right. Well, I'm going to guess that this is going to be the last turn. The next turn is going to be the last turn. So we'll see what happens. We'll come back in. All right. We just finished the game, and what happened?
Well, I'm out. I'm dead. I'm retreating full force. American win.
And what was it, Jim? How did it happen?
The
Tell us
combat
how.
engineers fired their bazooka into the remaining section. Well, yeah, they just all open
flattered it, didn't they? That was it. That was the last stand of the Germans.
Yeah.
And so basically nothing else has changed, had it, or moved at all. Nope. That was the first action of the next turn 10. So you got through to turn 10, but how do you feel the Germans did in defence?
I'm content that the farm wasn't taken and neither was the town. However, I've got no troops now defending them.
That's the problem.
So yeah,
it was a really good defence.
It was
quite hard to push forward. I think we struggled for a good half of the game. Forward.
I was going to say, how did you feel your attack went, you two lads?
Oh, at the beginning I thought I'd just fluffed the whole thing. Minefield, machine guns.
The minefield and the machine gun were pretty much perfectly placed, I think.
Yeah, it did feel as though you were. I thought straight away you were probably weren't going to get very far, but you didn't get very far anyway, did you? You only went as far as that field, and that was it.
Never had to leave.
Where
it was sort of a grind over here, which eventually started to swing, weren't it?
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
Oh yeah, chasing them all the way back to the hill.
But anyway, that was all of his first game of Road Group, wasn't it?
Yeah,
James,
good. Great game.
You enjoy it?
Fantastic.
Good stuff. You'll be back for more.
Absolutely.
Good. Okay. Well, tell Richard Two Fat Lardies that I need to be given some money for that. Right. Okay. Well, I'll sign off here, and I hope everyone's enjoyed watching that. The lads enjoyed playing it. I enjoyed employing it. So, see you in the next Storm of Steel video.
Where the Germans win.
Are we being